Alright, good morning guys. We're going to do a little sunrise flow. The sun has obviously risen already. I actually went to film this one for the first time down on a dock that's 10 minutes from here, and it was way too windy and my tripod nearly fell over, which would have meant my phone falling off the mountain and probably into the ocean. So pivoted, came over here, got set up, and now the sun's up. So it's a morning flow. It is a nice, easy vinyasa today, so we're really going to bring it back to the basics. We're going to do a little settling in, and then we're going to do 3 rounds of our Sun A, 3 rounds of a Sun B. I do add a couple extra breaths from the traditional Sun A and Sun Bs just to help as a beginner to really move with your breath and not feel overly rushed through the salutations. If you've been practicing for a while, please feel free to go ahead and move with your own breath and maybe remove some of those extra inhales, exhales as you see fit. This is your practice at the end of the day, so just enjoy it. After we do the Sun A, Sun Bs, we are going to do a little bit of a core warm-up, make sure that we've got everything properly engaged and awake this morning before heading into our final balancing Sun C, and then we'll cool down. I think that's it. It's going to be really, really nice, and I'm excited because I actually have not done a full yoga flow since I got here last week, so this is going to be one of the first ones I post, I believe, on the site. So I'm on my yoga rug out here. I love this on the sand. Really, really glad I brought it. This is a jade yoga rug. It's fantastic. And then 2 blocks would be ideal. We are going to do some half moon poses if you choose to do so. I'll cue you if you don't want to do that. And warrior 3, so you can use those 2 blocks to balance in warrior 3 as well. But have those handy just off the top of your mat. And I think that's it. I think we can get started. So go ahead and get seated in a comfortable position. If you sit in Sukhasana often with one leg in front, kind of a favorite side, encourage you to put the other side in front. And hopefully if I'm continuing to encourage you that, we can slowly get the body comfortable with both legs in front over time. I'm working on it too. So we're going to sit nice, tall, and proud. Feel your shoulders begin to stack over your hips, your belly button just mildly, lightly drawing towards the spine. Feel a little bit of engagement to sit you up even taller, getting that alignment of the spine. And then rest your hands on your knees. They can be palms down, kind of just to ground, or maybe you want them up to receive a bit of energy this morning. And then go ahead, take your shoulders up, back, and down. Feel those shoulder blades kind of pull together on the back. Chin is off the chest, eyes are closed, or close them now if you haven't already. You can just listen to my voice as we settle in. And I want you here to begin just breathing in through the nose and letting the breath fall out of the mouth. Not forcing anything, just nice simple inhale and exhale. If it feels right, begin to close the lips. Let those inhales just come gently in through the nose and then back out through the nose, not forcing anything yet again, just changing where our exhales are coming from. Continue breathing, just like this, nice, easy, steady, slow. Probably noticing your breath for the first time this week, maybe today. I mean, today, maybe this week. That was funny. And before we begin moving and practicing, I want you just come to the idea that there is nothing that has to happen in this practice. There should be no expectations of yourself or of the movements. Instead, just letting them be whatever they need to be today, whatever you need to feel, however you need to move. Trying to let go of any attachments to any ideas that you have. Getting used to just letting things be as they are. And of course, I will be guiding you, leading you through this flow. We're going to begin cultivating our Ujjayi breath here. Inhaling in through our nose. Adding a little restriction to our exhale through our nose. Allowing that exhale to sound a little more like the ocean waves. Generating a little heat in the throat, in the body, that we can bring with us as we flow today. One more inhale, exhale before we move. And as we inhale, slowly blink open those eyes. And as we exhale, move your way into a tabletop position on your mat. Continuing to breathe as we settle into this tabletop, inhaling, exhaling. And as we come into this tabletop, keep your breath going. I want you to make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. So we create a nice 90-degree box between our hands, our shoulders, our hips, and our knees. Index fingers are gently pointing towards the top of the mat, so the hands slightly spiral outwards. And then all 10 fingers are gripping the ground anytime they find themselves on the floor or on your mat. This is going to help alleviate any extra pressure that you'd otherwise be putting into the wrist and into the heel of the palm. That's usually one of the mistakes we make when we first come to yoga. So learning how to really be comfortable on your hands on a solid surface is one of the most helpful things I think you can begin to focus on in your practice. And from here, we're just going to gently tuck those toes, begin to lift the knees off the ground, and lifting from the hips, beginning to push our chest back towards our thighs, just feeling the shoulders, the arms, the heart opening up here. And then your down dog might stay looking like this for practice today. Maybe you have a big bend in your knees and that feels comfortable for you as you're waking up. If we're feeling better and better, we can slowly begin to extend those hamstrings, straightening out those knees and trying to send those heels down to the ground in our down dog. By no means do they have to actually be on the floor, but that's just kind of the intention of where we're sending that energy, rooting through those heels. So we're pressing our chest back towards those thighs, pressing away from the hands, feeling those shoulders elevate, reaching, pressing ears between the shoulders, and gaze back somewhere between the knees, the ankles, the feet. There's those birds. And we're going to take one more deep inhale, exhale here. Before slowly traveling to the top of the mat with an inhale, gazing up towards your hands. And as we exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands again, as bent of the knees as you need to get there in a forward fold, breathing out. And then we're going to slowly inhale, root to rise, allowing the arms just to dangle as we slowly roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders just rolling up, back, and down. And pausing right there, closing the eyes again, taking a couple breaths. And as we arrive in this standing posture, I want you to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Allow your palms to face forward, arms reaching down. There's some space between your pinky fingers and your outer thighs. rooting down through all four corners of each foot, so pressing into the big toe, the pinky toe, the arch of the foot, the heels of the feet, and then beginning to squeeze the quads. Feel those kneecaps almost lift up. They will lift up. And then squeeze the glutes and tuck the tailbone under, drawing that belly button closer to the spine. Finding a nice tall stance here. Enter your mountain pose, our Tadasana. So every time we come back to this in our sun sals, I want you to make sure that when you're in mountain, you're truly in mountain. If I were to try to push you over, you wouldn't budge an inch. Tons of energy rooting into the floor and rising out through the crown of the head. Every finger is trying to send roots back down to the ground, shooting that energy out. And from here, we're going to begin our Sun A. And like I said, I added a couple extra breaths here and there just to help us move slower and with more intention and really try to find that movement with the breath connection. So we'll take one last inhale, exhale here to sync up. Using our Ujjayi breath, exhaling through the nose. And we begin. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Gaze follows those thumbs as the hands come together. And as we exhale, hands come down through heart center, folding all the way into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing the fingertips into the ground or maybe letting them slide up the shins, pulling shoulders back and together, nice flat back. Exhale, fold. We want each inhale, exhale, the last 3 to 4 seconds. From here, press the hands into the earth. Inhale, step back into a nice high plank. Maybe you come down on your knees as you start this morning. And then as we exhale, we slowly lower part way for our chaturanga. Inhale, pressing the heart up and through into your upward facing dog. Maybe you're choosing to do cobra and keep the legs on the ground this morning. And then exhale, lifting the hips, pressing up and back into downward dog. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling as we settle in. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. On your next inhale, gaze up towards those thumbs. And as we exhale, feet travel to meet the hands as you breathe and finish that exhale in your forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up or press into the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms can come out to the sides or up forward in front of you as you reach. Palms come together. And then exhale, draw the arms down through heart center, coming back to our mountain pose, arms by our sides, standing tall and firm. We go again. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press the hands into the mat, step back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower. Inhale, open the heart. Again, you can always be on the knees and be taking cobras as well. Exhale, press back down, dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, really root away from those hands, pressing up, pressing the heels back. Three more breaths. Two more. The last one. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, strong flat back, pull that belly button to spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, rolling up, reaching up as we do. Exhale, palms down through heart. Coming back to that strong mountain pose. We have one more time. Through our Sun A, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Maybe close your eyes here. Inhale, just feel into the body. The inhales float you up. Exhales fold you down. Inhale, press into the mat. Step back into that high plank. Pull the belly button to spine. And then nice and strong, we exhale, lower down chaturanga, elbows staying close by the sides. Inhale, breath opens the heart. Shoulders stack over wrist, feet pressing into the earth. Exhale, lift the hips, press back down dog. Big inhale. Big exhale, that first breath to settle in. 4 more rounds. Letting your breath move you kind of like a little wave, feel it. Inhales, take off a little tension. Exhales, we press back and root through those heels. 2 more. Last one. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands, falling into that fold. Inhale, strong flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, rolling up, reaching up. Exhale, hands through heart. Mountain pose. Sweat is dripping into my eye. All right, we're going to go into our Sun B. We're simply adding in a chair pose at the beginning and end of that Sun A, and then adding in a little right and left work with our warrior ones, just beginning to open up those hips as we move. So to start with our chair pose in the beginning, we're now going to bring our feet to touch if they weren't already. A lot of people do Sun A with their feet hip width distance apart. You can always do them with them together. That's completely up to you. But we're going to have the big toes touching and a slight sliver between the heels, so those feet are completely parallel. We're pressing in still to all 4 corners. Quads are still engaging, kneecaps are lifting up, tailbones tucked, belly button to spine, and we're standing tall. So we begin and end here just the same as the Sun A, but our first inhale breath, instead of reaching just up, we're going to reach up and simultaneously sit down into our chair, into our Utkatasana. So we will sync the breath first. Take a nice deep inhale. Let it out, exhale. The first round, we're going to move a little slower as we inhale, sink down into that chair. Arms come up overhead. Belly button pulls to the spine. We sink nice and low. Weight back in those heels, toes. Lift up. You're taking another inhale by now. You're breathing out. Letting those quads turn on. One more inhale. This time, exhale takes us to a forward fold, straightening the legs, dropping the head, relaxing the neck. Everything here is the same. Inhale, halfway lift. The middle is all the same as that Sun A. Exhale, fold, and I still have these extra breaths here for the plank. Inhale, press the hands into the ground, step back, high plank on your knees or toes. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down halfway. Inhale, open the heart and chest. Exhale, press back down dog. Now we go into our right leg. So as we inhale, we're going to bring that right leg up towards the sky. Keep the hips square. No ego here. Your leg doesn't need to go super high. We're looking for length from that right heel all the way down to those fingertips. So we're still pressing the earth away, strong and rooted through that left leg. Right leg is reaching back behind. One more inhale here. And as we exhale, really begin to press off of that left foot as you pull your right knee in towards your chest, bring your shoulders forward. We're trying to plant that foot between the hands without moving the hands. Of course, if we need to walk the toes up, we walk the toes up. That's completely fine. From here, we drop that left heel down. Your right heel is going to be in line with the center arch of that left foot for your warrior one. And we're going to inhale, reach up nice and strong. Now in our warrior one, we don't want our hips open up to the side. That's warrior two. We will do that later. We want to keep that left hip pressing forward. So if that arch to heel alignment is too tight and doesn't let you get that left hip forward, we want to toe heel that right foot out, be more on railroad tracks, give your hips space to press. And then we're really rooting down through that back left heel, trying to prevent that left knee from bending, so sending energy back through the back of the knee. Once we're strong there, that right knee begins to bend. This is where a lot of us tend to be really tight and we'll over kind of throw this to get a warrior one. We want to root through that heel, keep the hips square, and then only bend as much as you're able in this right knee. If you're really tight in the hips and in that hip flexor, your warrior one to warrior two, when we get there, your feet are going to have to pivot, they're going to have to move, because you can probably go deeper in warrior two once those hips open up. All right, I know that's definitely the case for me, so just know that that's completely normal and part of your practice as it grows. All right, so warrior one is one of the hardest poses to hold, even though it's in our Sun B. All right, so we're gonna push that left hip forward, anchoring down through that left heel, bending into that right knee, trying to get that knee over the ankle, toes pointing forward. And then our arms are reaching up there. From there, they can stay separate or they can come together, and we can interlace that index finger reaching up, or maybe just cross the thumbs and gaze up. So we're still rooting through our feet, but rising up through the palms. This in the future and the next round will be one big inhale to get here. And then as we exhale, we're gonna fold ourselves down. Inhale to come into a nice plank. I choose to do three-legged. You could put that foot down or come down to the knees. And then exhale, lower chaturanga. Again, inhale into your cobra up dog, whatever your back bend is. And then exhale, press back into your downward dog. We're gonna go onto that left side and we're gonna hold everything just as long as we set it up. So inhale, left leg comes up into that three-legged dog. Again, left hip pushing down towards the ground so we're not opening up that hip. Toes are flexed, so we're in those nice yogi feet, pressing down through that right heel, pressing away from your hands, feeling those shoulders elevate, toes point down towards the ground. One more inhale. As we take our exhale, we drive that knee up towards the chest, press away from those right toes, really try to create space between the chest and the ground, place the foot down, and drop that right heel, and we rise up. We're gonna check into those hips first again. So if that heel to arch connection can't be there, like it would be usually, or for warrior two, we're gonna toe heel that left foot out a little wider, make sure that we've got space, really focus on pressing that right hip forward, getting them square towards the top of your mat, right heel's pressing down, you're at like a, 30 degree in that back foot, and then bend into that left knee from there, all right? And we're not over tucking that tailbone, drawing belly button to spine, allowing a little bit of that natural curve in the low back. And then a big inhale takes those arms up from here. And again, maybe we cross the thumbs or we keep the hands separate, whatever feels best, gaze follows up. Take another inhale. Exhale, we fold all the way down, hands plant. And as we inhale, left leg goes back, we can step into that plank, float the left leg or come down to the knees. I'll demo again. As we exhale, elbows hug the side, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, press back, down dog. We hold down dog again for 5 breaths. Inhale when we get there. Exhale. Getting more and more comfortable in this mild inversion, letting your breath flow you. 3 more rounds of breath. The last 2. Last one. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, feet travel to meet the hands. They come together in that fold, big toes touch. And then this time as we inhale, we sit those hips down. We reach the arms up into that Utkatasana, sitting nice and low. And then as we exhale, pull the hands in through heart center, standing tall. Coming back to that mountain pose, gaze is forward, our eyes are closed. We're gonna go again, more breath to movement this round. Now that we've got that down, we know where we're headed. I'm gonna cue it. If you need to take extra breaths anywhere, you take those breaths as needed. All right, so big toes are touching, slight sliver between the heels, standing tall, standing firm. Sync up the breath, take an inhale. Let it out. Utkatasana, inhale, sit down, arms reach long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, then you open the heart. Feel the belly button, pull the spine, really pull the shoulders back and down. Exhale, shift back, down dog. We have our right leg first. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant the foot forward. Spiral that left heel down. Inhale, big warrior one. Press that left hip forward, bend in that right knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg goes long. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, swoop into that upward dog. Exhale, press back, down dog. And remember, you can always just come to down dog too. Inhale, left leg goes up. If you need to skip a chaturanga, exhale, knee to chest, plant foot. Spiral that right heel down. And as we inhale, rise up, warrior one. Push that right hip forward, bend in that left knee. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, high plank. Do not rush. Move with your breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, find the rhythm with your breath. Exhale, press back. Take a deep inhale when you get here. We have 5. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale, hips are reaching high, chest is pressing back towards those thighs. Two more breaths. One more breath. Inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, travel into your fold. Feet are together. Inhale into that halfway lift. Exhale into your fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit the hips down, reach the arms long. Exhale, rise, hands come through heart center, down to the side, Tadasana. We go one last time. Inhale, sink down. Knees hug together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Hopefully we're finding that meditative movement. Exhale, lower. Letting your body just move. Inhale, open the heart, letting the mind disappear. Exhale, press back. Right side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Press that left hip forward, reach, bend in that right knee. Exhale, fold down, plant the hands. Inhale, high plank. Maybe that's three-legged or modified. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, lift from the hips, shift back, down dog. Left side last time. Inhale, keep the hips square. Exhale, pull it forward, plant. Spiral that right heel down. Big inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, draw the hips up. And we find our down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Three more. Feel good, feel strong. Two more. Slow it down, gather one more. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to meet your hands and fold. Finishing that exhale breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Make sure those big toes are touching. Exhale, fold. Your last chair pose. Big inhale, sink down, reach strong, squeeze the knees together. Exhale, rise, hands through heart. And down by the side. Beautiful job. Open your eyes. If you happen to have them closed the whole time, it can feel so, so good. Once you get the Sun A, Sun B down, that could be all your yoga practice ever is just that movement, allowing you to truly get out of your head, into your body, and kind of escape, right? Make that connection. So from here, we're just going to step those feet hip width distance apart. We're going to go to a seat here, warm up the core before our final sun C. So we're going to reach the arms out long. I like to do this little sit test, and it's something we can keep checking back in and see how we're doing over time. So from here, heels are going to stay grounded, and we're going to just slowly sink down. Belly button to spine, sitting tall. You can allow yourself to hinge as the counterbalance, but my back is staying long and flat, as you can see, even if it's at an incline. We're going to sit as low as we can. Maybe that's not this low. That's okay, but you're going as low as you can with those heels rooted down. Find that depth, and then use your hands as needed to help you sit down, or if we come all the way down, trying to sit down gracefully and bring those feet out in front of us. So from here, we're going to lie down flat on your back for the core work. We're going to start with some nice calm dead bugs, just to start communicating with the deep core, and then we'll challenge it a little bit from there. My words are all jumbled. All right, so I'm just loving the breeze, the birds, everything that's happening right now. All right, focus, Britt. We're gonna go into that dead bug. So from here, I want you to bring your legs into reverse tabletop. So those knees are stacked over the hips, shins are parallel to the ground, feet are flexed. We have those yogi toes. And then we're gonna reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Wrists are over my shoulders, palm face one another as if I'm holding a block right here. So from here, a lot of us might arch the back just to be here. So I want you to pull those knees maybe even a little closer towards your chest and feel that low back kind of imprint into the mat. Get that spine imprint there. We have a slight tuck at the tailbone, and in doing so, our belly button's pulling down towards the spine, and now we're nice and active. Now, keeping that active brace through the core, I want you to inhale and slowly begin to reach both the right arm and the left leg out long. So that left leg's gonna begin kicking out, kicking out, kicking out. Right arm is coming up overhead, biceps close to the side of my face. I could barely see it out of my peripheral. And then as I exhale, I'm gonna draw everything back in towards the center. Now, if you're doing that properly and slow enough, you will feel it all. Inhale to slowly do the other side. Left arm reaches, right leg begins to extend. We only bring it out as far as we can control without tilting the pelvic bone and that tailbone and starting to arch the back. Exhale, pull it all in. Move a little more in sync with the breath, 2 to 3 seconds. Inhale to reach right and left. Exhale, pull it in. Breathing out of the mouth is fine here. Inhale, or you can keep that Ujjayi breath. Exhale. Eyes closed. Think about what you feel. Find those sensations. Inhale. Exhale. Left arm, right leg. Inhale. Exhale. We've got one more each side. Steady, slow. Keep that tailbone tucked back, imprinted. Inhale, reach. Exhale, close. And if you ever want to do more of this and really focus on the core, do one of my Pilates videos. Reach. And exhale, close. Now from here, we're gonna take the hands behind the head, and we're gonna gently crunch up for some bicycles. So as we inhale, I'm gonna straighten my right leg, just like I did before, and bring my right elbow, try to get it past my left knee, not just to kiss it. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, go to the other side. Pull the belly button down. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. 2 more each side. Inhale and exhale as we crunch. Inhale's your recenter, you're gathering. Exhale over to the right, left leg extends. Inhale, pull back to center. 1 more each leg. Exhale, extend. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Set the legs down. Windshield wiper side to side. Release again if we're feeling really tight in those hip flexors. After doing ab core movement, we need to focus on tucking that tailbone a little bit more, putting more effort into the core and even into those lats as we're tucked up in that bicycle, really putting the effort into this entire powerhouse you've got going for you and alleviate those tightening, shortening hip flexors from aching. All right, from here, we're gonna rock and roll ourselves into a seat for our boat pose, our last little bit of core work here before we get into tabletop and finish our balancing series. Ooh, that cloud cover feels good. All right, so from here, we're gonna take those hands, place them behind the knees to set it up. Begin walking those feet in. I'm on the balls of my feet, my heels are lifted. My gaze is forward, and from here, my elbows are nice and wide. I'm gonna begin tucking my tailbone even further, drawing belly button to spine, kind of finding a slight, like just little baby curve in my low back here. Again, alleviate pressure from the hip flexors. Then from there, we can lift up those toes into that bow pose. Now you can stay right here, keep the hands behind the knees, keep those shins parallel to the earth and hold, and just really breathe and think about what's activating, keeping that low belly flat between those hip bones, keep things from doming up, keep those hip flexors from overworking. If this feels all right, maybe we take it to level 2 and extend those arms, still shins parallel to the ground. And if everything feels really, really good today, then we start to extend those legs up high and hold, squeezing those heels together, reaching those arms. We have 3 breaths. Inhale. Woo. Exhale. Keep tucking that tailbone. Inhale. Woo. Exhale. Last round. Inhale, and then we're going to rock and roll to tabletop. Exhale. And tuck, rock, and jump those feet back. That can get better and better over time. All right, wrists are underneath those shoulders, knees are under those hips. Let's do a couple cat-cows, release the back and any tension. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone to the ceiling or sky. And then exhale, press there at the way, draw the chin to chest, tuck that tailbone, really arch the back, exaggerate. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press it away. We're going to start coming back to that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, breathing in and out through the nose, adding constriction in the back of the throat on that exhale, nice and tight. One last cat-cow. Enjoy. Inhale. Exhale. From here, inhale, come to a flat back. And I lied, we have one more core exercise. We're gonna do bird dogs here. So this is basically like doing the dead bug, except now we're flipped over facing the ground. Everything's gonna be the same, but we have to stabilize and balance a little more now. So from here, I want you just extend that left leg long first. Keep the toes on the ground. Just find your stability here. Now, I want you to begin gripping the ground with that left hand and then reach the right arm long, bicep by the ear, pinky finger towards the ground, thumb towards the ceiling so my wrist is facing in, just like it was in that dead bug. Now from here, inhale, lift that left leg off the ground. I want to make sure that we're not overarching the back like this and dumping into the low back. So we're drawing that belly button to spine, we're creating that imprint on the ground, or on the ground, as if we were on the ground like we were in the dead bug. Find one more inhale here, since I held you long. Exhale, round the back, cat-like back, bringing that knee to elbow, squeeze round, and then inhale, lengthen. So we're just closing the gap more like the bicycle here than just the dead bug. Exhale, squeeze, draw it in. We're starting to find our balance. Inhale, lengthen. You got 2 more on this side. Exhale, squeeze. Arch the back. Press away from the left hand. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. We inhale to lengthen and pause. Draw belly button to spine. Exhale, lower the right and the left. We're going to switch sides. One side might be a little more stable than the other. That's fine. Right leg's going to reach long. Toes are still on the ground. Wrists are under shoulders. Gaze is down. From here, I lift my left arm towards the sky. Thumbs are up to the sky. Palms facing in. Bicep by my ear. Now inhale, lift that right leg. Make sure we're not dumping in that low back. Draw that belly button to spine. Squeeze the glute nice and strong. 1 more breath in, and we got 4 reps. Exhale, slowly crunch. Use your breath. Feel your diaphragm. Feel your core contracting as you breathe out. And then we inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Nothing is rushed. Breathe. Be in your body. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set it all down. Nice work. All right, from here, we're going to tuck those toes. We're going to lift those hips, go into a down dog again. It's been a little minute now. Press down through those heels. Maybe we keep the knees bent. But we're really pressing the chest towards the thighs, pressing out of those arms, out of those hands, like we're gonna do a handstand. It's good prep for that. And then maybe you're straightening your legs. One more inhale, exhale. And we're gonna journey to the top. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk the feet, come into that forward fold, and we're gonna hang here for a second. Enjoy your ragdoll. Maybe grab opposite elbows with those hands, sway side to side. Just release any tension from the back right here. Bend those knees again as much as you need. Anytime you're in that fold, I'd rather see your hips over your heels than trying to overlock it out and pushing those hips back way behind, right? So let it stretch, let it lengthen over time. No egos involved. One more inhale, exhale, shake your head, yes, shake it, no. Make sure you release all tension. And then on an inhale, keep the arms dangling down as we slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time, rooting through those feet the whole time, beginning to stand tall like you're a tree, growing all the way to the top. All right, we're gonna set ourselves up for success for Sun C. I'm gonna check my camera. Cool, we're good. All right, so for Sun C, you are gonna want those 2 blocks towards the top of your mat. You might use them for Warrior 3 and stay there. You might go and use it more for your half moon and sugarcane. That's where we're going. If you're using it for a Warrior 3, just a quick little thing in sand, I'm going to even these out. If you're using them mostly for Warrior 3 and you know you're going to end up hanging out there and you want nothing to do with half moon or sugarcane today, stand them up on their high setting and just be ready to use your fingertips or your palms on that. I'm not doing a good Warrior 3, but you get the idea. We're going to be in a balancing pose. If you know, hey, Warrior 3, I'm pretty good getting into Warrior 3 holding there, and I do want to go to a half moon and sugarcane, then instead I would have those blocks towards the corners of your mat and on their second setting. Maybe it's on your highest setting, but I think that's a little too wobbly and we tend to just really dump into it if we do that. I would rather see it on the second setting, and then that way just our fingers are kind of kissing it to give us that stabilization when we get there. If you're standing in the center of your mat, in case you're standing on the ground or something else, you don't really have any other reference points. If you're standing with your heels directly under your hips, those blocks for half moon are ideally about 6 inches in front of you and then out kitty corner from your pinky toe. So they're not directly in front of me. Let me do this forward to the camera. So if I'm standing here, my blocks are there. So they're about 6 inches in front where my hands are going to end up lining up or touching. And then they're kitty corner from my pinky toes. And then this way I can come into my half moon on either side. They're ready to rock. They're right there. So that's how I'm going to set mine up. For my sugar canes, especially in the sand today, we're going to see how balance does. But other than that, have a sip of water, towel off, and we're going to start our Sun C. Do know that the halfway lifts and kind of the flow is going to change a bit from Sun A and Sun B, so really just listen to my cues. We're going to have some lunges, we're going to have some Ashtanga Namaskaras, so we're just going to switch it up a little bit from what we were just doing in those Sun Sals and let it build. All right, have a little fun with it. So heels are underneath those hips, your blocks are ready for you when you get there, and we're going to stand nice and tall, beginning just as we have in Tadasana. So standing tall, hips over heels, belly button to spine, tailbone tucked, glutes squeezing, quad squeezing, shoulders roll up, back and down so the chest feels like it lifts slightly, palms spiral to face the front, and we're in our strong Tadasana from here. You can have your eyes opened or closed, whatever feels best. And from here, we're going to take a nice big inhale, begin to reach up, gaze goes up as those hands come together. Exhale, fold. As we inhale, left leg's going to step back, and we're in a little runner's lunge. As we exhale, hands plant, right foot steps back. We lower down the knees, then the chest, then the chin for Ashtanga Namaskara. My butt is lifted high. As we inhale, we slide forward through to Cobra or Up Dog, whatever feels best. And then as we exhale, we venture over back into our down dog. Very nice. And if that's just too much and you mentally can't check into that today, just do the traditional vinyasa and chaturanga and meet me in down dog. From here, we're going to work that right leg. We're going to inhale, reach it up high, pause. We're going slower in this first round again. Push that right hip down, yoga foot. Toes are all pointing down towards the floor. And then when you find your next exhale, draw that knee into the chest and plant the foot between the hands. We are going to spiral that left heel down and come into our warrior one where we've been before. So inhale, reach, really lengthen that left leg, bend into that right knee, keep the hips pressing forward. And now here's the big pivot. As we exhale, we're going to open up into warrior two. This usually means a little wider stance for those of us, again, with the tight hips. As we come here, that right knee, ankle or heel is in line with the arch of that back left foot at the 30-degree mark. Your right knee is pointing towards the center or midline of that right foot. Arms are reaching long front to back. And your dristi or your focal point in this pose is over that middle finger. So when we're here, we're trying to get as low as we can, getting that thigh parallel to the mat and really pressing down through that outer left foot. So both feet are really strongly grounded. It's like we're trying to push the ground apart and pull it together simultaneously. So we're going to really feel those inner thighs heating up. Arms are reaching long. Chin is towards that right shoulder in order to meet that gaze. And then a lot of us tend to kind of lean in here. I want you to reach back slightly. Our torso, our powerhouse should be centered between those 2 feet, not reaching forward. One more big inhale, exhale here. See if you can bend into that right knee a little bit more as you exhale. And then we have our reverse warrior. So as we inhale, we're going to drop that left hand either to the thigh or behind the back. Right palm's going to face towards the back and we're going to reach long. We're stay here for a breath. Try not to get out of that right knee. Stay low. One more breath in. Don't dump into that left hand. Just let it rest. And then as we exhale, extended side angle, we're going to bring that right elbow this first round to the knee. Left arm's going to reach up and over. So we're not dumping into that right elbow. We're pressing away. We're rooting those hips down towards the ground, staying deep in that 90-degree angle in that right leg, reaching that left arm long, bicep by the ear, palm faces down. One more big inhale. And then from here, we're going to exhale, just spiral that left arm down and around to meet the ground. Now here's our big pivot to our warrior three. So from here, take an inhale and press off. Find your warrior three. Hands can come to heart. Maybe that's where they need to be to center yourself this first round. We're not locking the knee out. We have a micro bend in that knee, quad, glute, calf, everything's working to stabilize us here. And then again, hips are pressing down towards the earth. You have the option for those blocks if you set them up for yourself at the top of your mat. Your arms can be out in a T. They can also be out long in front of you, right? So kind of choose your journey. One more inhale here. And then you can either stay here or we're going to slowly drop that right hand and reach that left arm up for that half moon pose. Now here, my hips now stacked, my left hip is over, my toes are now pointing to the left side of the space. Try to keep those right toes pointing towards the top of your mat, draw your belly button to your spine, and don't dump into that right hand. Now you can either stay here again, there are lots of exits, or we begin to pull that heel in towards the glute, left arm reaches back for the top of the foot, and then we inhale and really kick into it for that sugar cane. Pause for a moment. We're all going to end up exhaling into a forward fold. So exhale from your warrior three, from your half moon or your sugar cane. Let that foot come down with control, fold. And now the fun part, we grab that big toe with those peace fingers on the left side. Right foot is still our anchor like it has been. And we're going to take a nice big inhale and we're going to pull ourselves up. Elbow is on the inside of that left knee. Option to stay standing tall here or extend that left leg, long toes back. Pulling and trying to get that shoulder in line with the right, keeping everything square to the front of the space. Right hand can be free to the side. One more big inhale. Exhale, see if we can let go and float that leg down. Coming to Tadasana. All right, so we took that nice and slow. We held those poses longer, so we felt a little more heat. Obviously, sweat building up there. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the left side, and then we're gonna flow breath to movement right and left again after that. So we're letting our bodies find out what it feels like to be in each one of those postures. And then we can start really focusing on letting the breath guide us into them. But we need the mind to know what's coming first in order for it to check out and let the body take over from there. So we're gonna stand nice and tall here at the top of your mat. Root down through the feet. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Find your strong mountain. Sync up the breath. Take an inhale in stillness. Exhale it out. We begin. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Now remember, we go to a runner's lunge. So left foot stays, inhale, right foot steps back, fingertips are on the ground. As we exhale, hands come down, left foot steps back. It's all pretty quick. Knees drop, chest drops, chin drops. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, slide through to your cobra or up dog, whatever feels best. And then exhale, transition to your down dog with control, not overworking that low back. Left side's turn, let's go. Inhale, left leg goes up, toes point towards the ground, hips are square. We're really pushing away from those right hands and out of that right leg. One more big inhale. Exhale, drive that left knee forward, plant the foot, prep for warrior one. Drop the right heel, big inhale, we swoop up. We're reminding ourselves to bend into that left knee, to press back through that back right knee, keeping that right hip pressing forward and square. One more inhale, and then we go to our warrior two. As we exhale, we open up, allow that right foot to maybe pivot a little wider, get that left thigh closer to the ground, finding that 90-degree mark. Arms reach forward and back, drishti is over that left middle finger. Again, we're not reaching forward, we're reaching slightly back. We're feeling ourselves ground down and then root up through the crown of the head the whole time. One more big inhale and exhale. See if you can bend deeper into that left knee and hold. As we inhale, we go reverse warrior, dropping that right hand down, left arm reaching up and over, palm faces behind you. Feeling that left side body stretch from that left hip all the way up through the lats, through the tricep to the fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. We're gonna take that elbow to knee. Right arm comes up and overhead. Left palm faces up, right palm faces down. Still staying deep into that left leg. We should really feel that glute and that inner thigh grabbing to hold us here. Pressing equally through that right leg. Reaching long side body stretch from right finger to right ankle. One more inhale. Exhale, windmill that right arm back, around. Chest turns to the ground. And we prep for warrior three. Take a big inhale, press off, and find, ooh, that sand. Find that warrior three. Right hip is pressing towards the earth. Left knee has a teeny tiny micro bend, so we're super active and not locked out. Hands can be at heart center, out to the side, or up overhead, again, whatever works. But we don't want to have too much of a back bend here. There is a slight back bend, tiny, but really think about activating the core. That's going to help. Now either stay here in your warrior three and focus on your breath and stillness, or begin to open up as you inhale into your half moon. Feel your lungs expand, your arms reach, your hips pivot. They are stacked one over the other. That right leg is long and parallel to the floor. Toes are pointing to your right side. Fingertips are lightly pressing into your block or into the floor. And then if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to go to sugar cane, we begin to pull that heel in, grab the top of the foot, thumb is to the sky, and then kick into it. Again, feeling the heart expand, chest opening. Now we have a back bend here. And as we exhale, we all meet in that forward fold, letting that right foot come down, moving as smoothly as we can from warrior three, half moon, or sugar cane. Now from here, we have that fun Padangusthasana. So we are going to take our two-piece fingers on that right hand, grab that right big toe, begin to put the weight into the left leg, and take a big inhale. Feel yourself float up with that air, rising up, elbow on the inside of the knee. Again, either option to stay here or kick that right heel out, pulling that right shoulder back, flexing those toes towards the face. Left hand can free itself and reach out to the side. Now hold here for another inhale. And as we exhale, we begin to slowly lower that right leg down. Hands come to heart center, right in front of the chest. Ooh, that felt good. Okay, I'm gonna take a little sip of water, and then we're gonna begin. As you can tell, it's very hot, very humid, very sweaty. All right, we're gonna move, breath to movement. right and left side, 2 times through, okay? So this is where we really try to get out of the head, into the body, let it do its thing, release those expectations, like we said at the beginning of class, of exactly what it's supposed to be. Doesn't matter if you stumble around the whole time, we're just here to start moving the body, feeling good, and let yourselves find like the true yoga of it all. So heels are gonna be rooted underneath those hips. We're standing tall, shoulders go up, back and down. The foundation is everything. Belly button to spine, strong mountain. We're gonna sync up the breath. Inhale. Find your Ujjayi breath, exhale. And we begin. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Exhale, right foot steps back, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, chin to the earth, elbows hug the side body. Inhale, slide through to cobra. Exhale, transition to down dog. Right leg. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, drive it through and plant, prepping for warrior one. Inhale, rise up, gaze up. Exhale, move into warrior two. Half a breath per movement. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach, find that stretch. Exhale, extended side angle, reach that left arm long. Inhale, bring that left arm down. Exhale, begin to press. And find your warrior three. Flex the toes, push the hip down. Stay there. Inhale, open up into half moon. Exhale, bring the heel in, grab the foot. Use your big inhale, breath kick, open the heart. Exhale, fold. Grab that left big toe. Inhale, rise, it's quick. Exhale, option to kick. We hold for a breath, inhale. Exhale, we release it down, hands, heart center, and down by the side. Sync up the breath, inhale. Exhale. We go again for the left, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot steps back, runner's lunge. Exhale, left leg steps back, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left side, inhale. Reach the left leg long, hip square. Exhale, drive the knee forward. Use your core. Press the foot down, spiral. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Go deeper into that left knee as much as you can. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow down, right arm up overhead. Inhale, windmill around and plant the hand in that runner's lunge. Exhale, big lift off, strong warrior three. Right away, inhale, we open into that half moon reach. Finding our focus, exhale, heel comes in, hand grips. Inhale, kick and open up the heart. Exhale, fold it all down. Pivot to grab that right big toe. Take that breath in, lift off. Exhale, kick the right leg out, Padangusthasana. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, lower the foot down. Hands to heart. Hands by the side, sync up. Inhale, we got one more round each side. Exhale. Try to let the head go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, runner's lunge, right leg stays. Exhale, right foot steps back, knees, chest, chin, lower down. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, push it back, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, drive that knee to the chest just like we do in our bird dogs. Plant the foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, pivot open, warrior two. Go deeper into that stance. Center yourself, and then inhale, reach, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, left arm reaches long. Inhale, left arm spirals down. Runner's lunge, and we prep. Big exhale, breath. Woo! Warrior 3, find it. Inhale, open up into that half moon. You have to really stay focused here. Exhale, heel to glute, hand to foot. Inhale, kick. Exhale, forward fold, pivot to grab that left toe. Inhale, rise up, come on. Exhale, kick the left leg out. Find your drishti, find your focal point. One more inhale. Exhale, set it down. Hands to heart. Hands by the side, strong mountain. Don't forget this pose. Sync up breath, inhale. Exhale. One last time through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot stays, right foot steps back, runner's lunge. Exhale, left leg steps back, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin. Inhale, slide through cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left side, final time. Inhale, reach the leg long. Hips square. Exhale, use your core, bring that foot to the top of the mat. Work on it. Spiral the leg down. Rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, open deeper. Warrior 2, sink in. Center yourself. Big inhale, reach, reverse warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee, right arm overhead, reach. Inhale, feel the heart open, spiral that arm around, close up. And then exhale, warrior 3 on that left leg. Inhale, open up into half moon, reach, flex. Exhale, pull the heel in, grab the foot. Big inhale, open. Exhale, fold, you're almost there. Pivot to grab that right big toe, take the breath in, feel it rise, blooming like a flower. Exhale, kick that right heel out, reach the left arm. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, gently, gently release, hands to heart. And by the side, let the breath go. All right, you guys did that, and if it's your first time doing this video or doing that flow, congrats, you did it. If you're my Sunrise Flow people from the Woodland Studio, my heart's with you. We did this together for a year, Mondays and Wednesdays. I love that flow. So, been a little while even for me. Hands by the side, toes are gonna face forward. We're gonna work our way to a sit again. So we have our second little kind of sit test, but we're gonna go into a fire toe squat. So on this one, I want you to pivot your feet in, toe heel them in. I need to flatten out the space between my feet. All right, so big toes touch just like they would in Utkatasana. Heels slightly apart, arms reach forward, same rules apply, belly button to spine, long, flat back, but now we slowly sit down. And now we're even more narrow. So we get as low as we can go, whatever that looks like, and then you use your core, lift your heels, and come into a fire toe squat. So maybe if you don't sit that low, stay in that fire toe squat if you're there. If we're sitting down and we kind of get to this point and we're like, that's as far as I can take it, your heels lift, and now, whoop, your glutes might sink down, right? So we're able to all meet in that fire toe squat either way, and we hold. So we're really feeling all 10 toes pressing into the earth, getting that stretch right on the bottom where the crease meets the top of your foot, the pad of your foot. Squeezing these thighs together, holding tight. And then we have a fun sit test from here as well, slowly dropping the heels. Boop. And dropping the glutes. Not gonna lie, the sand makes it a lot easier, but it's something we work on and we build. All right, from here, we're gonna cool ourselves down. I'm gonna turn to face you guys so that you can see this, but we're gonna take, ooh, I'm gonna get sandy. Right leg out long, left heel is gonna come in towards your pubic bone, right foot flexes. So from here, we're gonna end up doing kind of a stretch to this side and then a stretch opening up to our backside. So that's where we're heading, but I'll get you there. All right, so we're gonna end up going this way and that way. I'm gonna cue you in, but we're gonna get a side stretch on both sides of our body, open up the heart. All right, so from here, your right elbow is gonna go inside that right knee. We're gonna press and just begin to open that left side body. This should feel really good for a stretch in the low back as well. If you have it in you, your right arm can go alongside here or can stretch out along that foot or maybe grab that big toe. And then left arm's gonna go up and overhead here. But I like using that elbow to knee connection first just to get us open, and this might be where you hang out. This might be your exit, right? But if we want to take it further, we go here. And then from here, we're gonna bring that left arm up and over and plant it just behind our glute. And then we're gonna press into that left knee, press into that left hand, and begin to drop the right foot to the ground and just open up. So we kind of have this like funky little gate pose stretch. And now I feel the stretch all the way down my right side body. My heart's opening, chest's opening, hips are opening. And then plant it back down. And we're gonna switch sides. Right leg comes in, dirty monkey. Right heel comes in, left leg goes out. Again, we're gonna place that left elbow now inside of that left knee first. And I just want you to open up. You can use your fist to fist, whatever that looks like, but just open up. Feel that stretch in the lower right side of the back. Make sure we're trying to get the left rib cage closer to the top center of that thigh. And then if we wanna take it deeper, you can grab that right big toe, let your hand slide on the inside of that calf, and right arm reaches up and over. Maybe the gaze goes up. One more big breath here. And we're gonna plant that right hand behind, same rule. Press into the right hand, begin to drop the left toes, press into that right knee, reach up and stretch. So it's like you're trying to reach something behind you and keep that left toe grounded the whole time. And then sit yourself back down. And now we're gonna lay down flat on our back for a little reclined figure four. Yikes. All right, lying down flat on our backs. I like to get people into this a little differently. I actually learned this from one of my teachers, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, but it really helped me to put the effort into the legs and to keep my upper body from kind of getting involved and losing track of why we were in that stretch in the first place. So hands aren't going to be involved. You can keep them out in a T, down in a V. Elbows can just stay rooted by the sides, but those heel bones are going to be in line with your sit bones. And we're going to take that right ankle and cross it over the left knee, flex the foot, keep it super active, and push that right knee away. So right now I'm focused on opening up that right hip and just pressing that knee away. My arms are not involved. And then even while I'm here, I'm thinking about kind of keeping my hips square towards the ceiling or sky, drawing belly button to spine so my core is still staying active, and then I'm opening. So that way flexibility is there, and it's more of like, oh, I could just throw my knee out really wide and it doesn't matter, but you kind of give into everything else. If we keep that left hip rooted, the core engaged, then we're really just letting that right hip open, even if we have hypermobility. Now, if this feels all right and everything's good here, keep that tension and then flex the left foot and begin to pull that left knee into the chest. So I'm not releasing any tension from that right knee. I'm still opening up that right hip, but now I'm pulling that left knee in, creating even more leverage against this foot while I press the knee away. And you should feel big opening outside of that right glute. And then again, not overarching the back, not dumping into my hips, not getting my arms involved. Back is strong, spine is imprinted, core is working, right knee is pushing away. So it's a super active stretch. One more inhale, exhale. And gently lower the left foot down, lower the right foot down, and we'll switch sides. So same rules, heels in line with sit bones first, left ankle comes across the right knee, push the left knee away, flex the left foot. When you're pushing that left knee away, be mindful, is my right hip lifting up? Am I kind of bending and giving into my back and my core? Can I root that right hip back down, draw my belly button to spine, tuck my tailbone under slightly, and just put the effort into that left knee pushing out. Deep, thoughtful breaths. Every exhale, we try to take it a smidge further, even if it's just a little millimeter, a hair further. And then if everything feels good here, we begin to draw that right knee into the chest, right foot stays flexed, left knee, I'm not giving up, letting off the gas on that at all. So that left knee is still pushing away, right knee still pulling. Now we have even more leverage and torque, and that left hip is opening, that left glute is opening. One more inhale, exhale. And gently release the right foot down, release the left foot down. And from here, we're just gonna go into our Shavasana. So you're gonna let your heels go out long. And if this is your first Shavasana, welcome. Our feet are gonna go out slightly wider than hips. We let our toes fall open, so our legs are completely relaxed. We're not even flexing the feet, right? Sometimes we just don't even realize where we're holding on to tension. And then our hands are by our sides, just off floating from the hips, kind of like they were in mountain pose. Actually, exactly like they were in mountain pose. And then we relax here. We're not forcing the breath. We're not forcing anything else in the body other than a release. Closing the eyes. And MLS be for a few minutes here. Anytime you feel the mind wandering or going to a to-do list today or thinking about family or drama or work, I want you to just come back, focus on your breath, call out a couple inhales and exhales mentally, and then see if you can hold that space. Slowly bringing some activity to the fingers, to the toes. Pulling the mind back into the body, into the space around you without opening the eyes. Beginning to imagine, maybe it's the walls around you, or if you're outside like me, the different plants, trees. We're going to slowly reach those arms up overhead and pull those legs together, taking a big, full body stretch. Sometimes this produces a yawn, that's okay. And as we exhale, we're going to hug the knees into the chest, come into the tightest little ball possible, hugging everything in. And then allowing yourself to fall over to one side or the other into just a soft fetal position. Always easing ourselves back up to any sort of seat or standing posture, coming from our Shavasana, just being smooth, steady, slow. No rush. And I like to take our 2 big releasing breaths from this posture while we're still grounded, while we're still extremely internal, eyes are closed. That top hand might be pushing to the mat just in front of your belly, just to kind of stabilize you here. And we're going to sync up the breath first. So just take a nice little inhale. Let it out. Our next inhale will be longer. Slowly breathe in. Fill up the belly and exhale, sigh it out. One more just like that. Inhale. Let it go. And from there we press ourselves up, coming to a comfortable seat. Again, maybe the reminder to put that least favorite leg in front, or maybe we even it out by putting that favorite foot back in front now this time. But we're sitting just as tall, just as proud as when we started class, and maybe even more so now, more in tune with the body, with the breath, but letting ourselves sit tall and proud, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. And this time we'll all end with the palms facing up to receive. They're resting on those knees wherever they're at. Maybe you're sitting in a kneel or the legs are extended, but just let the back of the hands fall to the legs. Taking a moment at the end of your practice or any movement you do, and it doesn't have to be hyper-formed or controlled, like you don't have to be in this exact posture or seat, but just taking a moment to feel gratitude for any movement that you do, any practice that you're able to squeeze in your day, that your body's able to do this, whatever it was able to do today. Some days are better than others, that's okay. Some of us might just be starting, and for others you might be decades in, but this is just your little reminder to pull you home. Letting a smile creep along your face, feeling that lighten up your entire body and soul. Amazing what a smile can do. It changes and shifts your whole energy. And then taking all that gratitude up in the palm of your hands, hold it together right in front of your heart. Really press it together. Feel like you're containing it and bringing it in. Breathe it in. And let the rest go. Thank you guys for choosing this video to practice today. Ooh, I'm opening my eyes. It's so sunny. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed that flow, that practice. Keep coming back to it. Keep letting yourself get better and better and better and progress. Again, zero expectations when you get on the mat. Just get there, have fun, move through it, and know that each day it's going to get better over time regardless. From my heart to yours, namaste.